Okay, guys, welcome to Not Another Versus Battle. And today, for our first episode, we're going to be letting the ladies go first and be doing this versus battle with Katara from Avatar versus Azula from Avatar. So, right off the start, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, this is a no brainer. Obviously, the person I'm thinking about wins. But as you guys know, there is a lot of debate around who's going to win. Some people say Katara, some people say Azula. And today, I'm going to give you my opinion on why I think one beats the other. And I'm going to give you a few facts just to back those ideas up. So, first things first. I'm going to say that Katara has the type advantage when you look at water versus fire or ice versus fire. And then I'm going to turn around and say, but Azula has the power to bend lightning. And her fire is so hot that it burns blue. Or, they never said anything about that's why it's blue, but we all kind of got that general notion from it from watching the show. So, let's go ahead and let's look at Katara. Katara is a master waterbender. Katara is Aang's closest friend in the show, unless you go to Korra and they got kids together. Spoiler alert. I know it's a little late, but but spoiler alert. So, Katara, she's a master waterbender. A lot of people bring up in Katara's favor bloodbending, and they say, oh, well, Katara can bloodbend Azula, and the fight would end right there. But remember, bloodbending in the first Avatar series could only be done under a full moon. It could only be done at night under a full moon. So, most people don't know a full moon usually only occurs about 3 nights a month. About 3. Depending on where you live, you might get 4, you might get 2, whatever. But those would be the nights that, and I agree, she would absolutely destroy Azula with bloodbending on a full moon when she was able to use it. And a lot of people point out in Korra where the guy bloodbended with his mind in broad daylight, but that was a special case for Avatar Korra. I really didn't like the show. I finished it, but I didn't really like the show. And just looking at the comparison between that guy and Katara, I'm going to say Katara does not have the power to bloodbend with her mind. She has never shown the skills to bloodbend in the daytime. So we're just going to throw that out the window for now. Let's try to be evidence-based with these facts. And then, when you look at Katara, when she gets angry, she gets really good. There was that time when her and Zuko went looking for the man who killed her mother, because Zuko knew where he was, the guy who killed Katara's mom. They were with the Southern Raiders or whatever. So, they went and they did. Katara showed almost special forces concentration looking for this guy. They found the guy. It was at night. We did not see a moon in this episode. I was having this debate before. We did not see a moon, but it was nighttime. So it does not disprove the whole she can't bloodbend in the daytime, nor does it prove that she can bloodbend without a moon. We probably just didn't see it, and it was never mentioned. So we're just going to have to assume that the moon was out. They just didn't bother showing it because, budget. And now she froze rain. She froze rain in midair with whenever, in that same episode when she went to find that guy, she froze rain in midair. But now let's switch over to Azula. Azula is cold. Azula is calculated. Azula is a monster in every sense of the word. She is a monster. So, Azula shoots blue fire. Azula shoots lightning. Azula has the ability to fight with really good hand-to-hand combat. Her ability to incorporate her bending into her fighting is nearly unmatched. There are a bunch of characters who we can assume are better. Iroh, Boomy, people who just incorporate their bending into their fighting style better. But that does not take away from Azula to be able to stand somewhere near the level of these other characters. And when you look at a fight between the two, you just have to look at the fact that Azula shoots lightning, Katara bends water. If she wanted, if she was smart enough to, I don't know how advanced their scientific knowledge is in the world of Avatar, because we've only seen some middle-aged type type inventions in the show, and they have cabbages. But if she could take some water and let the lightning flow into one side of the water, out of the other, because it conducts electricity. But as far as blocking it, no, that's probably not going to happen. That's not a thing. Remember, in the last episode, or around the last episode of Avatar, right around the series finale, Azula shot lightning at her, and Zuko jumped in front of it. So, the fact that Zuko is able to jump in front of lightning proves that it doesn't actually move at the speed of lightning, or some could say that because he jumped in before the lightning was actually shot, it doesn't disprove anything. So we have to look at the fact that Katara would have died. She would have been dead. If she would have gotten hit with that lightning, she would have died. People look at this as a plus for Katara when they say, oh, well, she beat Azula before. Nobody can argue with me. You can try to make a case in the comments. You can come over to the Discord and try to make a comment, and, we can talk it out or whatever. But nobody can argue with me, as far as I know, that Katara didn't win because plot armor. Katara won solely because of plot armor. The fact that sewage drain was there, the fact that Azula lost her mind. I guess that was a good part of the story. She lost her friend. It was part of her character development. It's fine. She'd spent her life controlling people or whatever. But nobody can tell me that winning that fight was plot armor for Katara. The fact that sewage drain was right there was the only thing that stopped Katara from dying by the hands of Azula. If it wasn't for that drain, she would have died. She would have lost. I only think Katara would be able to win in a fight against Azula in a place covered in snow, a place with a huge amount of water by it. But if they just met in some field or some random town or some random battlefield, Azula is going to win. I'm going to give Azula 5 wins to Katara's 2. And those 2 are because of the 2 different terrains that I just mentioned that Katara would have a chance to beat her. Oh, I'm sorry. 3 to 5. Those 3 occasions, full moon, bit by a big source of water, and in a snowy area, that Katara would be able to win. I would give 5 wins to Azula because Azula wins if in a random location, she wins in close quarters, she wins in a distance, she wins hand to hand, and she wins when it comes to smarts. So, for all that, I'm going to give this battle to Azula. I'm sorry, I tried to be as quick as I could with this video. I'm sorry it ran so long. But I'm just going to tell you guys that this round goes to Fire Lord Azula. She wasn't Fire Lord for long, but she was the Fire Lord. If you guys enjoyed this video and want more, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell down there so you get notifications whenever I post a versus video, and leave a comment saying if you agree, disagree, and for what reason. Thank you guys. Peace.